Welcome into another episode of The Blitz. I'm Billy Byler. We got Wayne Stats and Chris Gay. We're talking football again, and this is a good show. We've got some pretty impressive topics. We're going to talk about teams that pretty much need to make a move and bring up the teams that kind of this is do or die for them now towards the end of the season. We're going to look at our power poll again, and we've got some movement in there, and then also talk about the players you need to see before the season's over. Well, guys, we've only got, 3-4 weeks left in the regular season. There's some teams out there who've kind of been, just hanging around. They haven't lost every game, but they haven't won too much either. And they're looking at the playoffs, and they're not in yet. Who are the teams that kind of need to start making a move and need that wake-up call, Chris?
I think ARC has a prime opportunity to make a run in Region 3-3A. They've been a young team, and it takes a little while to kind of develop over the year, but they've got a good opportunity to make a late season run. Big game against Grovetown, and that's going to really decide who the number 2 team is in that region. If ARC can get in that 2 seed, then they've got a chance to extend that playoff streak of 4 consecutive seasons in the postseason, and that's pretty impressive.
This is the time, ARC. Yeah, they need to step up, start winning some games. Wayne, who do you think needs to win some games?
I'll go with Lakeside. I'm not saying that they haven't been playing well before, but just the brutal schedule they played, it's easy to forget about them when realizing, they played top 10 teams, undefeated teams, so, they're ready to go. Big way to go with the offense coming up, chance to make the playoffs, and they can do it.
Yeah, it's time for Lakeside. Quality losses only go so far.
Exactly.
You need to turn those into wins at some point. On the South Carolina side, there's 2 teams. One's Midland Valley, only 1 win right now. They still have a shot at the playoffs in that region, but they need to start winning some games. And the other one is Silver Bluff. Silver Bluff, usually we see them just dominating the region. Not the case this year. They've got a big game this week against Edisto, homecoming game, and they need to do well in there if they want to get a home game in the first round of the state playoffs. Well, we're also doing our power poll once again. There's some movement, not necessarily at the top, but 6 through 10, it's tough. It's tough to figure out every week. Check out our AugustaChronicle.com power poll. All right, guys, now, like we said, there's only about a month left in the regular season. There's some players out there, individual players who maybe fans they need to see before this season is over. Who do you think out there that fans, just maybe casual high school football fans, they're looking for a game to go to in the next few weeks, who do they need to see play, individual players?
Go to North Augusta. You got a 3-headed monster on the offensive side. You've got the quarterback Terrell Hillary, running back Vinny Miller, and then you got the wide receiver Montez McGuire. That's a potent offense right there. They can score a lot of points. Like that. It's really fantastic. It's almost like the greatest show on turf, I believe they call it.
You're guaranteed to see a lot of points.
They're going to score some
at
points.
North Augusta. Yeah, Wayne, who's somebody out there that people just need to see before the season's over?
Oh, it's funny, the top teams in Region 3A, they're more great teams. They're not only an individual that stand out, which makes them good teams. They have so much depth. But, looking for an individual player, we know Mark Widnar. He's starting to run the ball pretty effectively now. 100 yards last week. Only threw 6 passes, but still threw 2 touchdowns. So, it's an interesting team now with the schedule getting a little easier. You kind of wonder how many yards can you get.
Lakeside quarterback. He's good there, and like we said earlier, there's some big games coming up, so he's one to watch. Over on the South Carolina side, you got to think maybe a team a lot of people haven't seen is Fox Creek, and their quarterback Marty Williams is a guy who's going to Clemson next year. He's one you want to see, and then also going to Clemson, Silver Bluff quarterback Cordrea Tankersley. And he's a good one as well. So check out those players before the season's over. You're going to want to see them in this area while you still have a chance. That's all we have for this week. See you next Thursday on The Blitz. All right, gang. Before we get started today, I just I got something I need to get off my chest, okay? So we're going to take care of this right now. I know you reporters out there do your reporting thing, and you give your opinions, you give facts. I don't like it. I don't like that at all. And 6 months ago, apparently there was a story, I'm just now getting up to it, but apparently there was a story 6 months ago that said something. And I just don't like it. I don't agree with it. I think there's some untruths, and I'm not going to stand for it. So, the first time, okay, second time in 26 years, I'm going to have to disassociate myself with someone. And I'm not going to say who, but yeah, we're just going to have to disassociate myself with him. And I'll talk to the rest of you guys later on. And that's about it. It's just something I had to get off my chest, and I hope you guys understand that. So, hey Coach, what are you still doing here? That reminds me, our starting quarterback no longer on the team. Questions?
Coach, Coach, Coach.
No, anybody else?
Coach.
Anybody else?
Coach.
No, that's enough. You, out of here. I don't like that. You,
I'm
no.
undefeated anyway.
No more questions. I remember it was 6 months ago, you said I was 170 pounds. No, I'm 168. I remember that day 6 months ago. I gave blood, I took a dump, I got a haircut. I lost some weight, okay? So, 168 pounds, you remember that. Anything else? Okay. Questions? Anybody? Okay.
I know you're 1-5, but what about the playoffs?
Playoffs? Playoffs? With this team? Playoffs? We're playing like diddly poo. Playoffs?